Hey everybody, HonestlySarcastc here with the Hyperloops. I tried to wave at you, but I missed it on the screen. So long time no see. Vlog-wise, as you can see, I'm not currently located in my car. Don't have the stores anymore, so not driving around. And that's why those stopped, not because I ran out of information or just got bored doing them. So as you guys have noticed, we didn't have the 2020 podcast this week. Life's been really, really hectic for a lot of us. One of us in particular has two children. Sicknesses, flus going around right now. It's been a complete mess, and we'd rather just hold off and give you guys a great podcast as opposed to scrounging things together and just putting out some junk. But what I am here to do is kind of just talk about Destiny, I guess, as a whole. I'm not going to sit here talking about, games dead, whatever, the new OP system, or the player committee or any of that stuff. Let's just kind of focus on, what we have for right now. We have Worlds coming up. Sure, it's, a little less than 3 months away. We are still waiting, obviously, on CM. It's going to be out by then, most likely. So I think the big thing here is just let's start taking a look at some deck lists, some cool pairings, and instead of kind of just going from my own mind, what I've decided to do is go straight from the DB. So apologies in advance if you dislike any of the stuff I'm saying, or if you feel that let's say I run into your deck, and that I'm speaking utter nonsense, feel free to comment. I'm always willing to discuss it, and I try to do my best not to berate people, I guess. I may think some list is absolutely insane, but that's based on a value perspective. You guys do what you got to do. All right. So we got a Raylo from top 4. We've got a Maul top 8. Let's go look at the Maul list, right? The Maul list has to be interesting. Raylo's really cut and dry, so I just don't kind of want to bother with that. So we get Assault Flats here with a Phasma. So this becomes a little interesting, right? Phasma's the only leader. So sure, once you're piling on damage, you can just, if you continue to maintain Salt Flats, you can flip the special over and over, but you also have a respite here, or 2 respites. So that kind of makes it a little odd with Salt Flats if you're planning to flip your own die. Realistically, this is probably just, blank one of your opponents, so you don't take heavy aggression into Maul's damage, or, Maul's health pool. You're just trying to, slow down or stop whatever you can. 10 card suite. Recovered Sith lightsabers are interesting. That seems like a feasible Raylo hate meta call. You get to play it. You played it on Maul. Boom. Take out 2 shields from Raylo. Okay. Maul's lightsaber. The ever-loving Maul loves his lightsaber. Some Vader saber, because he loves those too. And some Dooku saber. So the Dooku saber really only pings if they don't have shields. So, he can get some sneaky damage in there with that, and probably just use this to override into one of the other ones. We had a Chancellor's Edict, removes all shields again. We, vehemently notice he hates shields, but Maul's lightsaber itself also hates shields, so still feasible. Sinister Pieces, removal with Forsakens and Hidden Motives, so gotta love that. Some best defenses. You're a Maul deck, seems good. Tactical Mastery, the sneaky play. What it could let you do is one or two things. You could roll out, then use it, resolve a 3, and then PA the other one. Because a lot of people, what they do is if you roll out Maul, and you have a 3 and a 1, they'll leave it. Because if you resolve the 3, then they can eat the other die before you can PA it, right? Whereas if you would have to kind of PA and leave the 3 out for the extra round. So the Tactical Mastery could be sneaky there, as well as just protected rollouts in general to take a guy off the table. 2 Intimidates. This guy really hates shields. Really. 1 Fresh Supplies. So I guess their expectation is they're going to get shields to start, or not be able to maintain battlefield. A couple counter intels to peek at the hand, make sure your Maul's clear, but there's Retribution, so it's a little odd there. And Conflicteds for, extra damage, or the occasional shields based on, whether, you're going kind of lucky or not, I guess. Lucky, unlucky, based on what you're looking for. But, pretty cut and dry, light and removal. Seems solid from the game plan. I think I could probably say this might have a couple too many upgrades, but two of the 10 are riot shields. So late game the guy's gonna die, just whatever. Let me dump my 3-drop into a riot shield and try to stay alive just barely. Seems fine, But got top 8. Cool. We got some CM decks, but that looks horrible. Actually, let's go look. Anakin is a leader. So we should be expecting Padawan braids. Yep, they're trying to make him an apprentice and put on 3 abilities. I don't know, man. That just seems blah. I guess Anakin is considerably better than the 6 shield Yoda. But if you're going to put Admiral on him, right? Like, wouldn't you just want 6 shield Yoda? Yeah, 6 shield Yoda, because like 6 shield Yoda could just go real big. But I guess if they're just trying to give shields and steal shields, it's fine. Like, they can nullify, give a shield, remove a die, steal the shield back, and then it's like, oh, that's a really great removal. Pacify, then steal the shield. So like, there are reasons here. I'm not gonna go through the entirety of it, but this is a mission plot, meaning they get covert mission for the tutor in the deck. And I've been playing some covert mission decks, and I don't mean the set. I mean like I have a mission plot, and covert mission itself is really good. Paying 1, get a shield and tutor is a little bananas. Luckily, a lot of decks can't run it without kind of messing themselves up. Like this has a really terrible setup start, right? But Anakin is Admiral, so we can get that going. I'm actually kind of surprised there's no Rebellion leader in here. Just because he is a leader. He can't pick up the Rebellion leader by himself, like regular. But you can UR and command that, so like as a one-of, it's an option. Because Guardian of the Wills is the other title, so that they can go Guardian of the Wills, overwrite for Anakin's lightsaber. Why is Anakin's lightsaber missing? What are you doing, guy? Well, I guess he's trying to set up for the stupid Jedi trials, okay. But he's light on abilities. You need 3 abilities on the guy. And so we've got 2 force jumps. That's not an ability. That's not an ability. I guess Lore Hunter's an ability. Like, but that seems awful. He's all about that Lore Hunter life. So I guess he's just trying to get in quick and fast. You Neiman training, whatever. Get the 3rd die and go. Start Admiral untapping. I guess. Okay, so I guess there's a rationale behind it. But man, that doesn't feel good at all. Alright. Let's go to the next one. Nope. DJFN. No thank you. That's too old. Old Ahsoka Cannon. Yeah, no. Wait, what? What? That's 13 though, right? That's 13 Krennic, right? Like, I'm not... Oh, okay, that's the old Krennic. 14, 17, yeah. What's up with people building old decks? You guys love some Infinite. Look, we got Thrawn Bib Fortuna. Thrawn Bib Fortuna. I actually forgot about Bib's decrease in points. So this is an interesting concept, right? Like, Bib is just going to have, like, you know, the resource, the focus, and a couple specials, and 1 controlled disrupt side. So you're all in on Thrawn anyways. You might just go the full distance. I really forgot that he had 9 health, though. But maybe just because he was just so bad at his old point cost. Doesn't have face the enemy. I already hate you. Wait, hold on. Let's see if it has new cards, though. If it doesn't have a new card, then that's fine. Alright, there isn't a single new card in there. So, we'll give this one a pass. No CM, though. Alright, some more Thrawn Bib. So, like, you have to believe that when people do this, right, because this guy did it twice, that he doesn't know that he doesn't have to post every single list. Like, you don't have to publish your lists. I think we should probably have, like, some explanation of, you know, that. But, okay, so we got to get through the Sea of Fizz here. We got a Callus Snoke deck, Order 66. So, like, yeah, this part, we're just going to really talk about this stuff. I probably should, like, go into kind of things as a whole, what your expectations are for, like, meta stuff. But, like, the meta's just all over the place because, like, people are experimenting, doing crazy stuff. CM is long past due. So we're just going to be seeing, like, new stuff pop out. And there's no point focusing on old meta at this point. Like, yes, you're going to update some of the old meta, but you don't want to just be like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, we got some handheld cannon. All right. I loves me some handheld cannon. But there's no other upgrades there. And there's 2 Mega Blasters. So, like, is this all in on removal? Just, like, Callus, remove. Tactical, Scorched. Make demands. Logistics. Like, what are you listening for? The Mega Blaster? Inflict pains. Like, what are you doing here? I guess it inflict pain because they're thinking Order 66, but like that just seems weird. I want some upgrades. Can I get an upgrade or two? Can I get like an energy bow or something? Yeah, can I get like an energy bow? Damn, homie. All right, whatevs. I'm just being a pain in the ass. But like, he has 4 ramp cards. Like, what do you spend? I guess you're spending it all on Execute Order 66s. Okay, you're broke. You can't really upgrade. I still want energy bow. You jerk. All right. And then we got another Czech Grand Championship top 8 with a... Let's see if it's different. See if we get some energy bows or some upgrades. Ah, frag grenades. What? Did this man just not have handhelds? Yo, there's a separate... Like, the separate embargo. Sure. There's a fear... The Fear and Dead Man's actually kind of funny. Not going to lie. But... Oh, them days. So I'm already losing my mind. Ooh, Bib Bane. That sounds interesting. Where you get that Bane die. That Bane die is really big. It's not the same as if you got like a Vader Terror to Behold, but you know. Alright, so I don't know if I could go through these anymore. Like, I should just be looking for CM stuff. Like, wow. 5 months of Raylo. I love the name, though. Oh, this looks like an NJ Cuenca list. My god, man. Is that real life? Holy shit. 1 second. We got 15, 12, and a Valorious tribe. Okay. He does have 13 health. What the fuck? This is real life. And there's a couple entourages. And 2 Dexadine. The Dexadiners are funny. Because you can move stuff around and then heal. But like, that's still inefficient. But you're mono yellow. So like, it's hard to do anything. Wow. Look, Ewok bows. Dude, my man Cuenca went deep. He went real deep. Like, whatever 20,000 meters under the surface is deep. Some Yoda Qui-Gon. Wookiee Pal. Jesus. Alright. I think we're just going to talk about meta. We're going to try to give the second page a shot. And after this, I don't know. I'm a little shocked here right now. Jesus. Like, well, because I know most of the top players don't actually post their lists, right? Like, we don't post what we're playing. But I expected to see some, like, cool new stuff that made sense. Instead, I'm just seeing, like, really nearly 1 year of unlimited power. Some of these names, man. Wedgie Wedge and Lando Calzono. Let's go look at it. Oh, man. Wedgie Wedge. Lando Calzone. Get your calzones here. Alright. Dorsal turret. Oh, this is a second shit. Man, go home. You're drunk. I didn't know people built Infinites, though. Kitchen tables are freaking amazing, I guess. Definitely not a card copy of Cuenca's. Hold on. Hold on. They didn't even finish the word. Mr. Chip, you troll. Trolling Mr. Chip. Does he even have a second one? Why are they published? We gotta talk to Mr. Chip. What is he doing? Alright, alright, we got another Callus. If I still only see 2 upgrades that aren't Riot Shield, I might lose my mind. It's Teen Wookiees. My god. 1-1. What a bitter rival. Is that even possible? That's really possible? 14, 17, and a 1? Yeah. Okay. Okay. We know we're not going back. That was page 2. And that was just... Actually, we got a Wookiee deck we can go look at. But it's Mr. Chip again, so I'm afraid. Alright. This dude doesn't even have upgrades besides Riot Shield. My god, man. Is this really how this rolls? Chain Lightnings? They're just all in on the execute. Do they just get rolled by Ewoks? Like, none of those do anything. You literally have to be all in on Callus. And if Callus gets his dice blown out, like, that's it. If he rolls out and he gets garbage shooted, he's done. Like, your round is over. You just took $1 billion. Holy shit. I guess they can execute Order 66 on your Plo die. Dirty hooker shit, though. Damn. This is real life. Holy crap. Wait, Ugly Wasps. Is our man Zill? Yeah, it is. What this motherfucker? We're gonna punch Zill in the face. The internet face, not real life. Shh, shh. Alright, whatever. Jesus Christ. I can't. This is real life. Yeah, dude, if you told me there's a 25 event deck, I'd have been like, yeah, it's Mill, right? Like, that's it. You got an aggro deck or damage deck, 5 total supports and upgrades. God. Alright. Bananas, buns smell like this deck. Let's go. So we got some Cannon, or Kanan, some Choppa, and a Kashyyyk. He's missing the plot, right? 12, 11, and 8. Yup. The plot's... Well, the plot mod just does show up. That's probably what it is. 13 upgrades with what? 2, 4. He went short. He got cheap. He didn't go with the 5th chopper one. But, like, that makes sense because you only have one droid, right? Reroll a die, then resolve up to 3 of your Spectre dice. Okay. This is some greedy shit. Automated and easy pickings. Okay, so it's 1 at least. EMP. This man's afraid of droids still. Hidden Motive, some Lothcat. Nullify. Wow. On guard. What the? What is this? Okay. Oh my god. Where's Disciplined Mind? Like, does he not remember that Kanan can play Disciplined Mind? Get some Neiman Mastery just for Kanan. I don't know. There's a lot of good. There's a lot of good cards in the deck. Deck just looks weird. It's fine. You get a lot of health here, right? Like the 8-point guy has the most health. So it's like, oh, I got 17 with these 2 guys and like 23 points, and yeah, we'll get 10 more over here. All right, you know, there's a big health pool. Big health pool. You gotta give him props. I don't know, Bendu. I guess Bendu's fine too. Where's the Kanon lightsaber? Where's the saber? He's got to pick up his weapon. He's got to blow up people's faces. Whatever. Whatevs. All right. Let's just talk about meta, because, whew. All right. Let's go with the rock eyebrow, because that's what I always put on my meta discussion things. So we're just going to put a big picture of the rock eyebrow. There we go. That's the one I use. My God, how many times can I click that? All right, there we go. There's all the eyebrows. But anyways, so meta. Right now we're looking at Reylo. All sorts of variants of Palpatine with like Mahdi. We've seen some Watto, we've seen a lot of Watto. We've seen some Watt. Like, it's like, wait, what? That dude still played? And it's like, okay, you want the red cards and you just want to have focus and money. Like, sure. So we see a lot of that. You know, Chopper's obviously still doing great. I'm actually still a little shocked that it won. It just felt like it was falling out of favor. Especially against a lot of the you know, it got hit with a nerf like multiple times. Like, dude got punched in the face, knocked down, got back up, punched in the face, knocked down, and like he just won fight after fight after getting like beaten. Like, at some point he's just gonna come out mumbling. Like, Chopper just can't keep going forever, right? But maybe, who knows? All right. So yeah, we're seeing some Choppers. So like, I think we're gonna see some crazy adjustments because we're gonna have vehicles kind of come back. If a yellow villain deck comes back, we'll see DM again. But like, we've seen pretty much the deaths of supports almost. Like, there's a few of the decks still running around, but they've absolutely murdered most of the rest of them. So we're just seeing like pure upgrade stuff. Choppers like on pure upgrades. Palpwado, Raylo. Like, sure, there might be the occasional, like, Luke's Protection and R2-D2 supports, but we're not seeing the Entourage setups. We're not seeing, you know, obviously Fist, Mega Blaster. The Theed hit actually hurt Fist much more than you would think. Hitting Delve is, like, fine, right? But the main issue is that without Theed, it's not, I need to get 2 resources in Theta die. I need to get 3 resources, and I don't have access to Theta die. So, like, logisticing a resource to get to 4, and then finding one, it, like, doesn't exist anymore. Feeding a resource, playing Entourage, and then, like, doing focus tricks and stuff doesn't exist. Those hits were really, really brutal. 3PO just can't even run 3 anymore in general, so, like, the AR version can't, like, AR Falcon easily. Like, this would be the time, right? Like, if Theed wasn't on the restricted list, then I'd be playing, I think, AR to Satine droids, because it's like, oh, what happened to the DM decks? Oh, it's just Palp? Sure, whatever. I'll deal with that match somehow. I'll figure it out. But every other match, you're just going to, like, obliterate, because you're like, oh, here's a Falcon. Can you deal with it? No? Cool, you're dead. Entourage, like, upgrade. Gotta love it. But, so those are what we're seeing right now for lists that are still doing relatively well. We're seeing that Callus Snoke list come up because, like, Raylo, it deals with feasibly well. It can slow down Palp's ramp while outputting damage into Palp. So, you know, Water rolls out, whatever. We'll just eat both of Watto's dice. Like, you're only going to get a 2-cost upgrade down, and we're going to go push into Palp. They don't get to really fire back. Palp doesn't get to fire back well at all. You know, the 2 shields are there, but there's, like, intimidates and stuff. So, like, he could be looking at taking, like, you know, 7 damage because he doesn't really have mitigation, and he's losing Watto's dice. Or, you know, maybe let Watto in, but then eat Palp's dice to get 2 damage in there, and then smush in, and now Palp's not getting the shields from that. He's just getting whatever upgrades and just getting punched and punched and punched. So, I just think overall it's definitely just a interesting kind of concept there for fighting into that. I haven't played those matches. I really haven't played much Destiny at all. You know, blah, 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 Runeterra, you know, I love playing it, blah, blah, blah. But, like, I also kind of did that when Artifact came out, right? So it's not like me leaving Destiny to go play these, even though, you know, I know Destiny's slowly going away as far as on the big scenes, you know, where it's all going to be in the background now. Underground, right? Player committee stuff. But who knows, like, I think going into CM, we're obviously still going to see Raylo at the beginning. Unless it gets hit, like, it's really hard to take away from Raylo. There'd have to be absolutely insane things that Raylo just can't contend with. And they just got some additional 0-cost removal and Nullify, which, you know, you don't really want to give a shield out, but when you have Kylo's ability, it makes it, you know, life a bit easier. And just in general, there's a lot of dice you just don't want to let your opponent have, so it's nice to have that extra mitigation there. We're going to see Bane coming out with you know, really high damage. Reap sets up some really interesting plays with, like, Leia and Lando. So I expect overall there to be a lot of kind of just, you know, decks that can pop up. Let's see. Do a quick run through. See, like I said, we're gonna see some Bane decks. I don't really expect this Vader to do much. He's like okay. Actually, sorry, I lied. We could see Vader, Kylo, rule of 2 decks if they can get that, like, smoothed out. We might see, like, Praetorian Guard with Thrawn. It's, like, feasible protection from that point. Face the enemy's insane. So if you face the enemy and you steal your opponent's face the enemies, like, that's bananas. Steal your opponent's easy pickings. Like, Thrawn's a really disgusting guy. Plus, he'll already have face the enemy access as well as counterintelligence. And or probe if you want. So, like, there could be a lot of, like, peeking and ripping of hands. Someone's going to build a Pyre deck. I don't expect it to honestly do much of anything. It, like, that ability is costing Pyre pretty viable sides, right? So, like, for 15, we would get, like, 12 health, 2-2. Like, I'm using Iden here. 2-2, 2 focus, like, discard. You know, where we saw you Beckett, 15 points, 2, 3 for 1, focus, disrupt, in a special that's, like, way advanced resources. So like for 14, I kind of expect a bit more. That 2-for-1 side is a really awful side. Like they couldn't go 1-2-2. There was like, no, this is indirect. It's like, okay, it cost 14 points. Like I don't know what you. Krennic, we're gonna see Krennic in several different things. Mill is probably gonna have some like big little type deck. I think you can run him with Maul and have the resource showing immediately. So if that's what you're looking to do, you just bam, do that. You probably don't play it that way, but it is an option. I don't expect to see Elric. Imperial Death Trooper is a solid option if you want like a 5-die aggro deck. We're going to see some Boba Jango Slave 1 decks. Kragan Gore is going to have some crazy decks that harass the living crap out of people. Don't sleep on Pirate Ship. I'll tell you that much. That thing is not necessarily bananas from a value perspective, but when you make your opponent have to question rolling out, because if they hit 1 damage die, you eat it, then take a resource. They have to like play their stuff first, and having people operate on 0 resources is disgusting. And then if you have Truce, they're just like really sad, right? Like it's brutal. I played against like a Dooku Towson deck, so dude like rolls out and it's like, yeah, you missed one of them, get the other one. But like he misses Towson twice, and his Dooku was rolling like not damage at all, so then he has to flip the 1, and it was just like poo poo caca. But a lot of time what you can do with Kragan is do the other stuff you're doing, Mega Blasters and Krennic or whatever, and then once they get down to that 1 die, you can eat it, or you Pirate Ship and eat 1, because they try to leave like 2 up, and then they leave the other 1 up because they don't want you to Kragan steal the resource, so then you mitigate that one too with like a Forsaken or a Doubt. It sets up a lot of interesting plays with the people's damage sides where they have to leave it on the table for so long that it's really interesting. But you're also shit afraid of just dying. Trandoshan Hunter, another guy that's really good in like the 5-die aggro decks. Running Bounty Hunter is a little rough at times, but there's enough 0-cost ones where you're okay with it, and they do give you effects. Anakin's gonna have his deck. I still hate Anakin. Like he could end up being great, and I'm still gonna hate him. I don't like that. No, it's not for just the youngling deaths. Well, maybe, who knows? Jedi Knight, gonna love Jedi Knight for forever, even if he's trash, because he's my Jedi weapon master for Star Wars Destiny right now. No name henchman Jedi that just like looks better than most of the other Jedi. Like that's terrible. Kanan, he's gonna do disgusting. He's gonna be all over the place. At the beginning, I expect a ton of him. That the ability to mess with the opponent's die is like really weird. And like everyone's gonna be like doing like Spectre stuff. I expect to see some Luke play. I don't know if he's good or not. Like the dilemma is like for 14 points, the die sides are like, but the fact is he pumps one of your support dice by 1, provided it's not getting mitigated, which is a really good ability. So we you pump a crate, you pump a ghost, you pump an escape craft. You get 2 resource, 3 resource, 2 focus, man. Like, an opponent doesn't feel great about that. Can we see some Luke, Lando, whatever? Actually, I guess you get the... No, you can't even run the Death Star plot. Death Star plot's red, right? Like, you can't even run it in Luke Lando. Why? I was like, Luke Lando covert missions, and I was like, wait, that dude's not red. That's sad. Because then you're like getting the yellow vehicles cheap, and you're just like... And you're just like, escape craft for 1, ambush, roll out, Luke, oh, pilot it, yeah. And then you reap to the 2 resource and get 3 resource because they left it on the focus, and they're like, no one's going to resolve that. You're like, heh. Actually, also reap with Lando is really good, right? Because you just roll out and you're like, reap into 4 for 2, I'll get 2 resources. Here's this big falcon, even though you can't really afford it yet because you're still short a resource. But you can Theed because you don't have any of those good cards in your deck. Harrison Dooley. I thought she was 11. I think I was thinking of Sienna Ree so much that I was just like, oh, she's the new Sienna. She's 11. I'm going to put her with... I forget what I was putting her with. I was trying to do her, Kira, in AR, so I could like AR Merchant Freighter, and then like get out big stupid things. Or if we found money, we could like AR into like Falcon, and then you get like Falcon resets, and it's just like, oh god, this is disgusting things going on. But my dreams of my like 20 health deck right down the pooper, that 12 health points. Why are you people not specters? And I guess even if it was a specter, it was irrelevant because I need AR. Speaking of AR Merchant Freighter, really good. I don't like Kazuto at all. Nope. Like, okay, so for an 8-point character, he's fine. Like that's like the average die size for 8. For 11, he does come elite, so like there's access there. Not trash, just not happy about it. Really, really not happy about it. Someone's gonna play Poe. I don't like Poe. I think he costs too much for what he's doing there. But at the very least, he doesn't have to spot the piloted vehicle to get the +1. He gets the +2 for that. So like, you know, maybe there's some action there. Like the 2 value is insane, right? Like that's Snoke. And then he has damage sides, and he has 12 health. Like I think I'd go check at some point to see if there's a 13-point character I want to run. But if you do want to, Poe Dameron, Elite Satine, Armored Reinforcement. You can just AR for whatever vehicle, and you go get that escape craft. Oh, wait. No, damn it. He only does damage sides. I hate you, Poe Dameron. I hate you. Why? They learned. I'm all about them resources, man. Luke gets them resources. Why can't you, Poe? You jerk. Alright. Well, my dreams have been dashed. Absolutely obliterated. And no, I don't want any part of Tarful. That guy looks like garbage. 1-1-2 focus resource on a 14 health. I mean, it's a 14-point character with 11 health. No way. Like, sure, yeah. Once you get 6, he can, like, have increased die sides. Your opponent doesn't want to, A, put you at 6 then. And when they do it, they're going to try to kill them all at the same time. So, let's get you to 5. And now you're going to have to shift damage yourself. Because I'm going to hold the other damage till your die gets resolved or I eat them. Other than that, we can decide to pass if I don't want to take the extra damage. But yeah, I want some Master Smuggler, though. I want some Master Smuggler hired muscle in my life. That's like memes into dreams. I dislike heavily Sabine Wren. I think she's just overcosted. Like, that special ability is just so caca. Like, terrible. Give me Han 3. Han 3 has 2-2, and his special is bananas. And I'm gonna get a resource and the 2 indirect. I don't need this 3rd indirect. Singer is like absolute trash. Go away. Tordoza, oh god. She's interesting from an action cheat perspective, right? But like her die sides are just not very good. Like, they really enjoyed putting 2 range, 2 indirects on somebody to then not have any other damage or focus sides, because those are fucking trash. They're like, nobody will ever play this. This will be great. Wait, let's put the action cheat on it. Oh yeah, 7 cost thing. Jesus Christ. That can do some disgusting stuff, I think. The way I play, I put a bunch of different symbols, right? I wonder how many symbols I can get out. Could I get that to like 1 cost and get 3 value off of it? And like one of those will be the resource I get to get my money back? Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. Win condition with all my dice. Blue Aces is like a crappy crate. You have to resolve it, so meaning that like if it could get mitigated and then you're just like never getting to go with it. Or you resolve it and then it gets mitigated the next 2 times and the game ended. Sabine Wren's ties like so-so, but you need Spectres or you don't feel great. Because if it's not getting the ability to roll back in, it's just like it's a bad die in comparison. But it is another Lando die. So yeah, who knows, man? Who knows what we'll see? But you're gonna see some Shein mastery stuff. There's just a lot of interesting cards. Jawa Junk Dealer is just like crackhead stuff. Like people trying to build with this guy are just insane. The rationale here is like you're trading your 5 points for 5 health in a like a resource, but you have to play a lot of weird cards to try to get that resource, and that just doesn't seem good because most of those gray cards are not amazing. Because they're gray and can be played in anything, they try to make them not very good. But sorry about that. Man, I haven't coughed like this in a while, so I don't know if it's just talking a lot down here or what. I don't know. So meta's gonna switch around. Ooh. One last card. Abandoned Refinery. I love me some of this card. I wish it just was flipped though properly. But anyways, discard a support or upgrade you control to play a support or upgrade from your hand, decreasing its cost by 1, then draw a card. So I forget all the time that this draws a card. But if you're playing like any of the merchant freighter stuff, you can like get this out, get the freighter out, get the resource, and then if you need to, you can trade out the freighter right away to switch in to play like a bigger thing, and like help cycle through your deck. So any of like the cheap one cost supports or upgrades, if you're running them, you can cycle through them. And you know, the drawing cards in like on the way out is really interesting. So like you could essentially have done this as like a pseudo overwrite, right? So like let's say you're playing the Mandalorian Super Commando. Instead of overwriting to a Riot Shield, you could abandon Refinery, you know, one cost upgrades through it to then like draw cards and filter through the deck. You could also do this with Django. So, if I'm not mistaken, Django's not a power action. He's just like, you know, the first time you play. Yeah, after you play an equipment on this character for the first time each round, you may gain a resource. So if you, let's say like, you know, Mando Van Braces, that ends up being free. You could like switch it out into like a 2-drop, and like draw a card. But next round in general, you could like Mando Van Brace into, you know, another like one cost equipment, like a crystal ball or something. You get it in for free, and then generate the +1. So like there could be some crazy like 3-wide variant with a bunch of stuff going on and like the cheap things to get dice and just go. The only problem is like at that point you lose Abandoned Refinery, right? Like you just don't have access to it because your opponent took it. So like you have to question some of that stuff and how you're gonna go about it. But the end of round switching out upgrades or near that as well is also solid. Or like play a 1 on him, sacrifice that to play like a 3 on somebody else, like a pulse cannon, is also a really good play. Because like you go in, you play that, like you Mando Van Braces, it's free, you have 2 resources, you swing, you do some stuff, and then you switch it out. Or like you switch it out into like a Mega Blaster because you got like a 3rd resource from somewhere. Maybe you've resolved one of the Django sides. So like there's some interesting play there with Abandoned Refinery. But okay, guys, you know, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. You know, we should be back at it next week, hopefully with the podcast back up and running. You know, life's quite hectic at times, but thanks for watching. You guys have a great one. If there's specific, I guess, articles or stuff you want to see, let us know. You know, right now there's not a whole lot going on, and we're trying to get like the podcasting going. So like when we podcast, we're really stealing a lot of the stuff we're talking about sometimes during our weekly articles. It's making stuff a little hard, especially with nothing just going on right now, and also not trying to just like excuse my French, bitch and moan the entire time about like CM, you know, not being around, blah blah blah, game dead, blah blah blah, you know, whatever shit, no OP. You know, a little hard to get excited, but Worlds, I should be there as long as, you know, I don't get a new job that kind of, you know, I just don't end up being able to go. So hope to see you guys there. Come say hi. You know, goodbyes, stuff like that. Like it'd be nice to, you know, just shout out. Gonna try to see if I can make it to whatever gatherings end up going. You know, we have our loops thing that's relatively private, so that's a separate notion. But outside of that, like I want to go to Worlds and try to, you know, the last 2 Rot, man. We got to enjoy it. And I believe they said there's an extra 100 tickets being added, so follow along, you know, with the news for that. Make sure you guys get in. But thanks for watching. You guys have a great one, and deuces.